Hey, Welsh Dragon Metals here. Today I'm pouring some Zamak alloy metal. That is an alloy of zinc and aluminium. There's the material I will be using. These were once brackets of a widescreen TV, one of those wall mounts. Reason it has lots of zinc in it and is no longer shiny is to add some strength to it. So that's what it does. It makes it less malleable. Some other bits that I've sliced up there. Those to go, which I'll do at a later date since there's going to be some chopping work involved in these, but there's a fair weight to them. Should get an ingot each out of them, and some from these also. Furnace is already loaded and ready to be poured, so let's do that. Try and open my... there we go. Trying to get it on the tripod without turning the video off. Not exactly easy. One way, there we go. Getting a good angle for the pouring and whatnot. Okay. Try and be quick about it. Only got about 30 plus minutes on my video on there since it takes up massive amounts of memory to do the 180p HD thing. Got one, very pretty. I've poured a lot of these, and by the time I'm done I probably would have poured over 100 in the last few videos, so it's going to be a lot. I'm not even close to done either. So there will be hundreds probably. Be a very nice ingot stack. Whoa, strange deformation on that, loads of potholes. That's because it's got zinc in it. Look at that. Quite different to the heatsink that I did last time, which I still have quite a bit of. In fact, a massive pile. But I won't be filming them, as I've already done that. I've already poured that material. Let's put some more in the crucible. Crucible loaded. Drop this ingot. There we go. Well, that's a bit different. It's got a nice pattern on it. Extremely shiny. Beautiful piece. Quench it. The phone seems to be at a weird angle. Try and fix that. There we go. Want it up a bit more as well. There we go. Cool. Move that a bit to the side. It can be a bit splatty. You'll see. Ah, that cooled quite quickly compared to aluminium heatsink. That is quite bizarre. Usually it takes a good minute or two. I guess the zinc has dramatically changed it. This is Zamak after all. Not as shiny in that form as it rusts. That's the zinc on the outside corroding. But it does actually protect the aluminium, which doesn't really rust anyway. So you get an extremely corrosion resistant metal. These ingots are actually quite good for machine usage, I so imagine. Probably be good on a CNC machine or some such. Check upon the crucible, so I'll melt it well. Do a little bit more, it's a bit bubbly. Bubbly is bad. There's air holes inside of the aluminium. It's extremely hot, that stick. Leave that for a minute or so. Ever since my last pouring, this doesn't seem to want to fit properly. I think I've warped the metal, or the bolt at the back. See that? Yeah, I've warped this angled bit here. Probably going to need to fix that. Going to be time for another few bars. I'm going to melt this big one also. That's where I poured that one out of. My hands ain't doing so well. I've cut my hands up with burns and stuff, and it's cracked, and I've got burns within the burns. So, my hands are actually hurting. Big spider web. Spider. Spidery moment. I know, a lot of people don't like spiders. I think they're cool. They tickle. Thirsty work. Right, next bar. Again, a very nice piece. Quite a bit left in there. I think I'll use these bits. It's actually not going to fit in there, is it? Don't look like. I'll have to hammer that a bit. Ugh. That one's a bit off on the end. I need to squish it. Didn't get too hot. Hammery. And it fits. Yay. See? A bit of hammer work, save a lot of sawing. That crack on my fingers opened up. Ouch. Deep. Nice ingot. Come on. Nice pattern again on that one. Violent cooling action. Oh, it's less than shiny though. Look at that. How pretty is that? Okay. See where this is. Oh, yeah, it's melted. Ooh, that's very full. Very full indeed. Weird lump on the top. Hate it when that happens. No, we're gonna squish that off. It's actually quite soft, as you can see, when it's freshly melted. Whew. And that goes. I hear racing games in the distance. I think it's a neighbour. Gran Turismo or something. Cool. Right. Oh, so I didn't even go in. It's hot. Even with my mildly burn-proof hands. Only because I've burned them so many times that I've sort of developed a weird leatheriness on my fingers. Protects you from heat. Otherwise I would have severely burned myself just now. So I guess I must have. I suppose it's like walking through the jungle in bare feet. Oh, it's heavy. Nice. It's the zinc, that is, making it a bit weighty. I need a bit more. It's not fully melted. Nope. Yes. It's a bit bubbly from the last stuff I just fed in there. Right. That means I have to close it for a minute in order for it to liquefy the top part. Otherwise it's difficult to pour past it. I had that problem last time. Made a sort of layer at the top. It was impassable. So I'll melt that, which won't take long. I'm actually curious to see how many ingots I get out of this. Should get a couple out of these too. Well, once I've sewed them, that is. Which I won't be doing right now. I'll post the results of all the bars poured in the thumbnail of the video. And I'll be posting separate images and pictures on my Instagram as usual. Check it out. Same name as my YouTube channel, Lost Dragon Metals. Another lovely one. There's quite a lot left in there. So another bar. Yep. Weird and gummy, this material due to the zinc. It's been a while since I poured Zamak. It's a strange stuff. If I put this in there, it's going to probably overflow, which I definitely do not want. So I'm going to have to wait and pour another one. The bits keep sticking. That's the Zinc-Aluminium. The zinc is quite tough and the aluminium quite sticky. In other words, it makes a super sticky metal. Yeah, I know, metal, sticky, not what you'd expect. Metallurgy does strange things to metals when you mix them together. I've actually made Zamak myself. Lots of steam off that, isn't that? Three nice bars. I'll put these little bits in. It's low grade aluminium, but it'll still melt in. A little bit of zinc in it, but not as much as you'd think. We'll add to the mix, as it were. Well, that melted almost instantaneously, but it is quite thin metal. I'll add it a little bit to the mix, very nice. That'll be now in the next bar. Close it for a minute again. Got to constantly drink water while forging. Otherwise I'll get dehydrated very, very fast. There's a sort of aura around this. You can't see it, but there's an aura of intense heat around the thing. Think going near a volcano, except that's the volcano. So it's incredibly hot, to the point that you don't even want to go near it. So this work is definitely best left to people who do it, I guess, people like me. Blacksmiths, forgings, foundries, that sort of thing. I don't advise pouring aluminium as your first metal. I'd say pour a little bit of indium. Extremely low melt temperature, and it'll up your skill for making nice ingots. If you want to start somewhere, start with indium. Alternatively, use tin, which can be sort of hard to get hold of. Even though we live in Britain, or Britain, because Britain's a tin mine. Or at least Britain was a tin mine. So, very metal orientated country. Industrial revolution and all that. Okay, now I'm going to feed that thing in. I'll take a minute to melt that, will. You'll probably be able to watch the rod drop downwards, which will be kind of cool. Made a video of that, a little one, separate. I'll probably post on Instagram. Actively melting metal. There we go. It's already starting to melt. That's because it's currently 834 degrees. So it's quite toasty. That to a cooler part before I drop the ingot. You can get stuck in there sometimes, so you cool the mould enough. There we go. As I said though, it's very shiny, that adds to it. It's no longer sticky once it solidifies. It's melting very slowly, but it is melting. It took a little while for that rod to get to the melting temperature of Zamak, which is around 600 degrees, something like that. The reason I'm melting it at such high temperatures is because it'll decrease the melt speed and increase the purity. I don't know what else is in it. There's a Chinese sort of wall bracket after all. Could be bits of Chernobyl or something melted in it. Know what the Chinese are like with their metal. They're cheap. Shouldn't have closed down the mills in Britain. We made the best steel in the world. And now everyone's got Chinese steel. With Chernobyl melted into it. Not that they'll tell you that Chernobyl's melted into it. All the steel from Chernobyl. Chinese melted it into theirs. And then sold it around the world. malleability. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's gone. See that? Completely liquefied in like a single poke. Cool. As I said, it is volcanically hot. There'll be another 2 ingots in there, so I'll get 6. Cool. Plus, when I cut them down, I might get another 3 actually from them, judging by the weight. That's if there's not much dross. Right, that's filled to the brim. I'm definitely going to have to leave that for a minute. Oh, 21 minutes in, so we got about 10 plus minutes. Should be able to pour both bars for my end of the video. Extremely hot work. Just drying my hands out. That'll be the infrared alpha particle radiation from this thing. It actually gives off alpha particle radiation, or infrared. Same as you get from sunlight, like having a suntan but without the tan. A fly just landed on that ingot. Wow. I bet it had a surprise. That's still really hot. Yeah, it's cleaning its feet. Hot feet that fly has got. Alright, that looks ready. Alright, got it solidified around the edges. Pokey pokey. That happens. And there's too much in the crucible, I've overloaded it. Means I need to pour, I'll put that crap back in, this material. Well, it's not crap, it's the Zamak alloy. So I pour another one. You do see a amount of material, yeah, it's really heavy. That's the zinc. And pour. Whoa, crap. Big spill. It's no good, I need to break that if possible. Go back in and get mould. There we go. That'll all go back in. Damn it. That was not good pouring. It came out extremely fast because it was overloaded. Done that last time, actually. Does happen with this aluminium, and a chunk come off my crucible too. Typical. Put some of this back in there. I'm also extremely hot. Back in. It's going to need another squish. Break up in. As you can see, it's quite soft when it's still in a heated state, which does help with doing this. Back in it all goes. That's what will happen if it's too hot and there's too much in the crucible. You get it all spill everywhere. I've done that with copper as well multiple times. That was not fun. Still not skilled with pouring copper. The longer you pour, the hotter you wear, the harder it gets. Looks proper stuck in there, that do. Gotta get that out of there. Yay. Go back in. You just need to squish. Did this last time in the last video. That'll fit back in now. Oh, I'm going to be pouring one with these bits first. If there's enough time. What's my video time? 25 minutes. Should make it. Okay. It's less in the crucible this time, as you can see. Now that's a perfect bar. That is not. So I can pour perfect bars reliably. That was just a screw up. Go back in. Now, flicked at me. Don't do that. No, I mean that other side. Yeah, that's like glass when it shatters. Strange. The ingot's back in there. Cool. Drop this one. A fifth ingot. Come on. It's not cooled enough. Put it by there for a sec. It's not even touching this brick as it actually hovers. It's so hot. And this material needs to go back in. There's my tongs. This material's still extremely hot, so I've got to pick it up with tongs. Right, now that, go for it. Toasty. Okay. Good. And most of that's melted, even the big ingot. Maybe not get too many bars out of that. I don't know where the level is for how much it'd be in there. There's actually about an ingot and a half, I'd say. We'll find out. Where's the mould? Oh, dropped it. Drop. There we go. Next ingot. And we'll quickly pour another one now. Got a few minutes left. Last time my video ended around 35 minutes in. Before I run out of memory or data or whatever. Ooh, that came out quite quick. That's good. Cool. There's only a little bit left at the bottom there now. These bits back in. I think I'm gonna saw up some more of these video so I can feed the furnace some more and make some more, as I want ideally 8. That'd be nice. Usually try to put 8 to 10 lately, make a nice big stack straight up. Not enough in there. Look at that, starting to peel off. Oh, has peeled off. Fair enough. temporarily turn that off. So I did make 6 ingots at least in this video. A nice pile. But I could do more. Just have to do some sewing. But I want a drink anyway. Coffee or tea or something. Come back out after I've done that. Come on. Move. This one's quite hot. It's stuck in there nice. Come on. It's going to need a little bit more cooling that before that one drops. I can hear it rattling about. Come on. See that? Ingot release issues. Move. Try and jiggle it a bit. Yeah, it's stuck in the rim. This mould is incredibly hot after all the pourings. That's why that got stuck. When it's all done, look at that. Beautiful, very pretty. Ooh, some of that water landed on me. As you can see, the tongs are incredibly hot also. So, there's the stack of Zamak alloy ingots just created. Very pretty. Well, till next time.